I hear my child calling, and I come down through the veil of light to whisper into the deep places of your soul. So listen now with the ears of your spirit, because what I'm about to tell you can't wait another hour, can't wait another breath, can't wait until the sun sets on this day you almost didn't survive. I am Michael, Prince of the heavenly armies, the one who stands before the throne of the Most High with a sword forged in eternal fire. And I was sent this very morning, before your eyes opened, before your feet touched the cold floor of your room, before you whispered that weary prayer that felt like it bounced off the ceiling. I was already there. I had already crossed the threshold of your home with my blade unsheathed, and I cut down the evil advancing toward you in the stillness of dawn. You didn't see it, but the air around you shifted. You didn't hear it, but the enemy retreated. You felt only a strange peace you couldn't explain, a sudden lightness in your chest, and you thought it was nothing. It was not nothing. It was me. It was the sword of heaven moving before your face while you were still half asleep, intercepting the arrow with your name on it. The trap set for you in the spiritual realm before the rooster crowed. So before you scroll away, before the noise of the world drowns out this message, understand you didn't find these words by accident. You were led here. You were summoned. And I won't leave your side until you hear every word the Father told me to bring you, because today is the day the silence breaks. Today is the day the hidden things are revealed. And today is the day you finally understand why you're still standing when everything around you was meant to bury you. I have watched you, my beloved, and I have counted every tear that fell from your eyes when no one was watching. I've seen you sit on the edge of your bed at 3 a.m, holding your face in your hands, asking the ceiling why you, why always you, why the weight never seems to lift. I've seen you smile before others while your soul was bleeding inside, wearing the mask everyone expects, telling the world you're fine when fine is the farthest thing from how you feel. I've seen you give and give and give until there was nothing left, then give some more, only to be forgotten the moment you needed someone to give back to you. I've heard your whispered prayers, afraid even your prayers would burden heaven. I've seen the exhaustion in your bones, the kind of tiredness sleep cannot heal, the kind that lives deep in your marrow and spirit, born from carrying loads never meant for you. I've seen you wonder if you're invisible, if anyone in heaven even remembers your name, if your existence matters to a single soul beyond your own breath. And I'm here to tell you that every tear was counted, every sigh recorded, every silent cry heard, and not one drop of your pain has been wasted. The Father keeps a ledger of your suffering, and on the other side of that ledger is a recompense so vast that when it pours out you won't have enough vessels to hold it. But listen closely now, because what I say carries the weight of eternity. If you turn away from this message, if you let the distractions of the world pull you away before these words finish their work in you, you'll miss the open door heaven has set before your feet today. Some messages come once in a lifetime, and some messengers pass by only when the Spirit is ready to receive. I am that messenger, and this is that moment. To ignore the call is no small thing. It's leaving the gate of your destiny unguarded, letting your appointed hour slip away, telling heaven you're not ready to receive what was prepared for you before the foundations were laid. So I beg you, with the authority I've been given, don't look away. Don't let the phone slip from your hand. Don't let the doubt that's lived in your mind for years win this final round. Because something is stirring in the unseen realm, my child, and I want you to feel it deep in your bones before I tell you what it is. The atmosphere over your life is shifting. The heaviness that has covered your home for so long is lifting by hands you cannot see. The chains wrapped around your finances, your relationships, your health, and your peace are being struck by the fire of heaven even now. I have orders from the throne to declare over you a season of overturning, a season where what's been buried rises, where what's been stolen returns, where what's been delayed finally arrives, and where the whispers spoken against you in the dark are silenced forever. The wind of change is already blowing across your threshold. The angels of provision are already filling the storehouses with what belongs to you. The doors sealed with sorrow are being unsealed with joy. And the name the enemy tried to erase from the book of the living is being rewritten in golden ink by the hand of the Most High himself. Do you feel the chill on your skin right now? Do you feel the warmth rising in your chest? That's not your imagination. That's the confirmation of what I declare. Now I know the question you've been asking in those quiet hours. Why has it taken so long? Why have you waited and waited while others around you seem to receive their portion without struggle? Why has your road been so steep when theirs was smooth? Listen carefully, because the answer will heal a part of you that's been broken for years. The delay was never punishment. The delay was never a sign you were forgotten. The delay was never proof you were unworthy. The delay was the workshop where the Father forged you into something strong enough to carry the weight of what He prepared. Had the blessing come too soon, it would have crushed you. Had the door opened before you were ready, you would have walked through and been destroyed by what lay beyond. The hands that shape the strongest vessels are the ones that take the longest. The fires that purify the purest gold are the fires that burn the longest. And you, my beloved, are no ordinary gold. You are the rare kind, set apart by heaven for moments that change generations, and that's why the fire has been so fierce and the waiting so long. You were also being protected. While you wept over the door that wouldn't open, I stood on the other side holding back the storm that would have swallowed you had you stepped through too soon. While you grieved the relationship that walked away, I was the one who whispered in their ear to leave because their staying would have cost you your destiny. While you mourned opportunities slipping through your fingers, I was the one who closed that hand, because what looked like blessing was a trap dressed in light. Every closed door was my hand. Every detour was my mercy. Every no was a yes to something greater you could not yet see. So lift your eyes now and stop blaming heaven for abandoning you, because every moment of waiting was a moment of protecting, and every silence was a strategy. There's something you need to feel deep within your soul before I go any further. A greater battle is being waged in unseen realms, a struggle that never pauses for your tears or your weariness, and you are no mere bystander in this war. You are the very center. You are the prize two kingdoms have been contending over since before you breathed your first breath. The reason the attacks have been so personal, the reason the betrayals have cut so deep, the reason the obstacles keep appearing in patterns that almost seem deliberate, is because they are deliberate. There are forces that know your name, that know your wounds, that know exactly where to strike to keep you from rising into the calling that was set upon you long before you were born. And these forces have rules, they have laws, they operate in ways hidden from most of humanity, but not from those chosen to understand. The Father has placed into the hands of His servants a sacred guide that lays out these laws, names these enemies, and reveals the 7 swords I carry, how each is wielded to break a specific curse, to seal a particular blessing, and to awaken the calling of the chosen. This guide is called The 7 Swords of Saint Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen. It was written for this very hour, for souls just like yours, souls that have felt the invisible war upon their skin and hungered for the weapons the world refused to teach them. You'll find the link at the top of the comments, the very first one pinned to this message. I tell you plainly, many have tried to silence this message because it challenges the comfortable stories that have kept so many of my children weak. I urge you now, with the urgency of one who has been at war without armor for far too long, download it, and in the comments, declare this as an act of faith. I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. That declaration is no small thing. It is a seal. It is your spirit saying yes to the season heaven has ordained for you. And the moment you speak that, the next door begins to open. Now let me show you what I saw just before dawn, when I was sent to your address with orders from the throne. The sky above your home was thick with a darkness unseen by natural eyes, a heaviness that had been gathering night after night, fed by every word spoken against you, every secret jealousy whispered in shadowed corners, every old curse never formally broken. There were watchers there, dark forces, their eyes fixed on your window, waiting for the moment to strike. They had been planning this day for weeks, and they had a name for it in their tongue, a name I will not honor by repeating. But just as the first crack of light appeared on the horizon, I descended with a host of warriors behind me, and the sound of our wings shook the very foundations of every hidden thing. I raised my sword, the one forged in the flames of heaven's altar, the one that has never been defeated. And with a single strike I cut through the gathering darkness, splitting it apart, and sending those watchers fleeing in every direction. I planted my feet at the four corners of your home and spoke a decree over the doorposts. No evil shall cross until the new sun sets. I touched the bed where you slept and commanded the heaviness in your chest to lift, and that is why you awoke feeling lighter than you have in months, even though you didn't understand why. I stood over your loved ones as they dreamed and sealed them with the same fire, for the enemy had planned to use them as a doorway into your destruction, and I would not allow it. The battle that took place in the unseen realm before your morning coffee was greater than any storm you have faced in the natural, and you passed through it untouched because of what I did in your name. And this war is far from over, my beloved. The same hand that cut down evil this morning is the hand that will fight for you every day until the season of recompense is complete. But hear me well, and let it settle deep. For everything that was taken from you is about to return, not just in equal measure, but multiplied beyond what you have known. The years stolen by illness will be restored with years of vibrant health. The seasons lost to depression and despair will be repaid with seasons overflowing with joy. The money poured into wrong investments, wrong relationships, wrong commitments will return to you in such abundance that you will laugh as you remember how desperate you once felt. The love withheld by parents, partners, and friends who could not see your worth will be poured out upon you by souls prepared in advance to recognize the treasure you have always been. The honor denied you, the credit stolen by